Podcast starts at 19 seconds.
Welcome to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast where various Black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various Black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we got Keith.
Yeah.
James.
What?
And Adam, which I think Adam's actually dealing with his kids right now. Yeah, he's dealing with his kids right now. So we're going to let him be the dad for a sec, but he should be on a set. With that being said, do me a favor on your way and make sure to like, subscribe, share the channel. Also, check out the Clips channel, Fit the Description podcast over there on YouTube. We definitely appreciate it. Oh, new announcement. We now have a TikTok and an Instagram where I post all the shorts that we have over here on YouTube. Well, over there on the Clips channel on YouTube. Over there. So if you don't mind, if you could go over there and support those channels, we definitely appreciate it. Also, check out all the other audio podcast platforms. All the links will be down below. And beyond that, let's go ahead and get started.
We have rules in our house. And it's like when I come home from work, just give me like 45 minutes to decompress.
Yeah.
Like 45 minutes to an hour to get a shower, maybe turn on the news, maybe turn on Sports Center, and then I'm all yours. Let me just therapeutically exit that happened all night, or just even if nothing happened, let me just enjoy what I paid for. That's honestly just my biggest thing. Let me enjoy what I pay for. Yes, it doesn't always have to be an hour and 45 minutes. It could be like a half an hour, 20 minutes. But let me just sit here, take off my work clothes. Let me put something comfortable on. Let me get something to drink. I will 100% let you know when I am ready to talk. And it's like some women, just like some men, because I feel the same way about men. If she's been here with the kids all day, it's like, yeah, I got you. Take an hour to yourself. Like I do. We trade off, but that's what works for us. It's like, especially when the kids were younger, it was a lot harder. So it's like I used to come in the house and be like, okay, kids, let's go. Let's go walk around. Let's go outside. Give mom her time to herself. Let her decompress. Let her not be a mom for an hour, or let her not be a mom for a half an hour. And she'll call me when she's good. And hey, I'm good. I'm decompressed. Y'all can come back. Or I used to take them or whatever. Or I'll take them in the room, play with them, or whatever the case may be. It's like we don't have to do it now because they're 10 and goddamn 13. They can figure it out themselves. But it's like
getting old, man. I'm getting old.
Go ahead. Yeah, no, exactly. He'll be 11 in like a week. So it's like at the end of the day, it's like it just depends on what people have. Like I said, I'm probably the only one that really talks about my day-to-day, just every aspect of my life. I'm an open book. I don't really have any secrets in my life with the people outside of this podcast. So I'm not going to have them with the people inside of this podcast. I don't have a problem with sharing about my life.
I do agree. I think it is good to have these conversations and, to hear, because the thing is that what you said, when you talk about listening to other podcasts, a lot of the stuff that you said is what I talk about. Was when I always talk about the nuance of everything. So when you listen to a lot of these dating podcasts, or what I used to listen to, I don't really listen to them as much now. I always said one of my biggest criticism about those podcasts, listen to them, is that they take out a lot of the nuance. And even just right now, what you were just saying, you brought in some of the nuance. Don't ask me what it was. I can't remember off the top of my head, but some of the things that you said literally brought in some of the nuance I'm talking about that people don't think about. Of I've never heard anybody talk about a relationship, any man talk about a relationship. Oh, it all is my way, and I get exactly what I want, and she just adheres to me. I've never seen it work out that way. No married man. Maybe a relationship? Yeah. I'm going to give James his credit. If he doesn't want me to put his name in there, he can let me know. James made a really good point that I didn't think about, that just was like, dang, he probably is right about this. The conversation was women control sex, men control relationships. I'm like, yeah, absolutely, that's true. But then he made a good point. He's like, yeah, that is absolutely true until you get married. And he said, once you get married, all that crap that you put her through when you were in that relationship is gonna pop up in your marriage. I'm like, dang, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, he's probably right about that. It's not that simple of, oh, you just get it all your own way. And even just like I said, even just talking to you, and you're not the only man who I know who's married, talks about his family, but just talking to people and their family, it's like that's never really how it works out. Yeah, the only time I would say that, yeah, you kind of get that leeway is when you're in a relationship. And that's kind of like a lot of the conversation where I think we kind of miss each other when we have these debates sometimes, is that you're coming from a marriage perspective where I'm coming from like a single and a relationship perspective, not necessarily the marriage perspective. So it's hard for me to kind of relate on that sense. I can't really speak, but I do look at y'all. I do look to you. I look at to most of the men on this podcast who are in relationships, and even outside this podcast. And I will say, what is said and what is said on some of the podcasts I listen to, at the end, it doesn't seem to work out the way you think. Now, I do agree with the whole entire statement of probability compared to possibilities. I do agree with that. But the way how some of these people describe how a relationship is supposed to work, it's like, it never works like that once marriage happens. Once marriage happens, the game changed. And it goes back to like back, well, I'm gonna say, I remember the episode 19, where Noah straight up asked me, when you get into a marriage, do you believe things change? I said, yes. I absolutely, because at no point in time did, anytime I hear, like when I listen to people who are single compared to people who are married, it's like you're having two conversations. Same thing when I talk to people who've been married for like 5, 10, 15 years compared to somebody who's been married 30, 40, 50 years. It's like I'm talking to two different people. Like there's dynamics in there that you can't understand if you're not in that position. There's dynamics I can understand because I haven't been in that many relationships. I haven't had really a long-term relationship. I haven't been married. So I can't really understand it in that sense. So not even when I listened to you guys, especially a couple of years ago, I would say I've noticed a change now that it seems like you're getting up into, a lot of my friends starting to get into the 10-year mark of the relationship, the 10, 11, 12 years. And now I'm starting to hear from you guys, where I used to hear from the older guys who are above us, that were talking about relationship, where they're like, yeah, don't get married, all this other stuff, because now you're kind of starting to hit that mark. So I will say it's just kind of funny, kind of looking at things where like people don't think about that gap. And that's why I said, things are not all black and white. There's a lot of nuance to all these conversations, all these arguments, and that's why I'm kind of glad that you did say what you said, because again, you brought in a lot of the, whenever I have these conversations on this podcast, I always say I never really got into it. I never really spoke on this, but I always say, there's a lot more nuance to these conversations. It's not just black and white. It sounds great on paper, but it never works out. Like yes, it makes sense when you're in a relationship, but once you get married, things change. Once you've been married for and there's a difference between, being a newlywed compared to being married for like 5 years till you get to the 10-year mark, 14-year mark, where like it starts getting rough, to you get past that. And now, then you're just talking to old guys that just saying some crazy stuff. Like it's just kind of funny when you look at things. But again, my whole entire point of saying all that, I will say this: I do appreciate, when you do bring this up, because it is some good stuff, and I do think that yes, people need to hear this stuff, and people do need to hear, about really what it means to really be in a relationship and what goes in and the dynamics. And this was a point that I was going to bring up, where and I was going to ask you, but I said, forget it, I'll just say it myself. I've heard this question a couple of times of when people tell me like, what's the best relationship? What's the best kind of relationship? And I hear all these things. I know the big one I'm hearing now is equal, but I don't even believe that. I've always said, and this has always been my stance, and it's never changed. I've always said the best relationships I've ever seen in my entire life ever work are the relationships where people just work together. Like they just fit each other. It's not always perfect, but like whatever your negatives you have, your significant other fulfills, and vice versa. That's why I've always said like the best relationship I ever said. I always said a relationship is more. It's not about equality. It's not about better. It's not about like strength or who's less than. I've always said a relationship to me is like a puzzle. I always feel like your goal when you're looking for a long-term relationship is trying to find the person who fills majority of the hole that each person has. Both people have holes. I always said your job is to always try to fill as many as you can, because when you do fill as many of those holes as you can, it tends, at least in my experience, it tends to wind up with better results. So,
I mean, I will say communication.
okay.
That trumps to me everything. Because talking about things and seeing, because people's dislikes and likes change. And you'll never know if those changes change unless you talk about it. I will say communication 100% trumps just about everything. Having the hard conversations, whether it's being, your dad sucks, like not holding back on, if like for instance, if my mom said something to my girl and she didn't like it. Now a lot of people would just sit on that because they don't want to disrespect that person's their significant other's mom. But sometimes it's not disrespect. Sometimes it's just your mom technically disrespected your wife or your girlfriend or the mother of your children, and not a lot of men, like, you have to go home to her every day. I get your mom is your mom, and nobody's ever going to sit here and be like, oh, well, because I know too many men that put their moms over their significant others. Because I do believe that once you have a kid with this person, the dynamic changes. It's like, I would never let anybody disrespect the mother of my children. I don't care who it is. Jesus Christ can come down from the gates of heaven, and he said some bullshit. He can get these, he can get this bullshit too. Send me to hell at this day. It is what it is, but you're not going to disrespect mine. I've worked too hard for mine.
Yeah.
But I do feel like if the people around you respect you, then they should respect your significant other. Now, if she does something out of pocket, that's when you sit her down and be like, okay, well, you did say this and you did do this. That was the consequence behind that. Yeah. But it's like too many women let other women, whether it be moms, friends, disrespect their men.
Oh, and I feel
yes. No, too.
Back.
That's a no too. It's like, you shouldn't come in the house, and I'm sorry, her mom should not be disrespecting you. I'm the father and the provider of this house. You should not be sitting on my couch telling me what I should and should not be doing in my house. And a lot of women let that go down. And that's what I'm saying about communication. You should be able to come to your significant other. If it happens, handle it accordingly. But once that person leaves or you leave that area, y'all should be able to talk like, okay, hey, this is what happened. I didn't like it. It should never happen again. All right, I got you. I'm sorry. I didn't see it at the time. But some people ain't like that. They're like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's just my mom being my mom. And no, it's not your mom being your mom. Your mom is disrespectful. Like, own up to it. And like a lot of men are your mama's boys. You got to get over that if you're trying to build something long term with this person. If you don't care about that person, who cares?
Yeah.
But if you want to build a future with that person, then the amount of disrespect that is going to come that person's way, and you kind of have to notice it and you kind of have to address it. But just any conversation, a lot of conversations are hard. Like, I've had so many conversations between me and mine in this last year and 4 months, 3 months, that I've never wanted to have, but I've had to have these conversations because the kids are getting older. And like, her views are a certain way because the kids are getting older. But like, every couple of months, we do have conversations, whether it be about our relationship, where we stand, how things are, if she's feeling too lonely, if I'm on the game too much, if I'm not paying attention, if she's not paying attention. You know, we have these conversations because you never know. You could just be working and working and working, and a person can feel alone. You can be there, and a person can feel alone. So it's like I feel like too many people just think like, oh, my relationship is good. My relationship is this. I've watched too many family members get divorced or split apart because they just didn't talk. Like they just kind of let 20 years go by or 30 years go by and they're miserable, and then they blame each other or like, oh, well, it was your fault because you didn't pay attention to me, or you didn't just take me out, or you didn't stand up for me in this situation, and I just got tired of it. And then the person sitting there looking like, why didn't you just say something then?
I will say
That's
this.
always the argument. How come you didn't say something to me when it happened? Oh, well, I just didn't want to upset you. I didn't want to piss you off because I know how you are. It's like, but in that moment, you don't know how that person is. You can speculate how that person is, but you don't know.
I will say this. I will say this. Whether it's negative or positive, take it as you wish. But I will say something I noticed, and I will say, and I will say I could be guilty of it too. Is that men? I think it's just a bad trait that's common in men. Is that men do have a tendency to be content. We have an ability, like once we get to a certain place and a certain destination in our life, where we could get to a point where we could get content and start coasting. And so you're right, because I've seen that happen numerous of times. Like I said, I could be guilty of that too, where I'll sit around and be like, okay, you good, family good, kids, like everything's good. So it's like we good. And I'm not even thinking about I'm just, doing my thing, living my life day to day. And this is where, other people come in saying, you gotta do more. You can't just have a boring relationship all the time because that's how things fall apart. And you're right. I have watched plenty of I'm gonna say plenty, but I definitely watched my share of relationships fall apart just because, yeah, there was no interaction. Like, they got to a point where they started coasting through their relationship, and the man with okay, this is more the example that I see a little bit more of where the man is in a relationship, he's thinking everything is fine because he's doing everything that he wants, but the girl's not fine because she's bored. She wants to do a lot more. She's just bored with the relationship and it just falls apart from there. That's when the issue starts happening because he just gets to a point of, like I've done everything I need to do and we're good. So I'm just gonna coast.
Content. It's just
Yeah. Content.
it's just a point of content. That's all it is.
Yes.
And it's like men can get content a lot faster than women. Like I
Yes.
tell her that all the time. I'm just like, hey, let's take a break, save up some money, and I'm like, but it's like I realize that hey, my likes are sitting here in this area. Like I like video games. I got hours on top of days on top of more games than the law should allow right now because I buy everything, so I can sit in the house for a month and save money. But that's not what she likes. She likes to go out and have fun. And I'm just like, okay, why'd you spend $70 on this video game? I'm not trying to spend another 70 on going out and doing something that's temporary. It's like going to dinner and a movie or an event. It's going to cost us the same amount of money that I played for this video game and I could pay for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's like that don't logically make sense to a person like me.
Well,
Logically.
it goes back to this where what's called women were complaining about this dude who lives in an apartment with just a television, a chair, and a couch. Like he has no furniture, whatever. He just sits there and plays video games all day. And he's like, how can you live life like that? Grow up. I'm like, no, he is grown. In my personal opinion, like, no, he is grown up. He takes care of responsibility, he pays his bill, and he does what he loves to do. He comes home, he comes home, sits in his chair and play games all day because that's why I tell it every time I have this conversation. And I would say as a whole, men don't need much to be happy. We don't need that much to be happy. I am totally fine. Don't get me wrong, like I like to do other stuff, but I am totally fine, like you said, sitting down, playing video games, and just enjoying myself. Like right now I'm playing through I'm replaying through the Mass Effect series, and man, I'm enjoying myself because like I'm going back to when I was a kid. And I love Mass Effect, and I'm having so much more fun than what I had last time.
Hey, G, you like jerking off?
Not really,
No.
not in particular.
You don't?
No.
You better get used to being happy with jerking off if that's your stance on your position about that guy. Just saying. Judging by a guy who's lived with women for quite a long time, had relationships, blah, blah, blah. If you think you're happy with a TV, a fucking couch, and a chair, and you're not going to be alone, let's see. See how it works.
I mean, unless your mental mind state is that you're celibate and you have to stay away from, I'll put it to you like this. There are men out there that don't really have the temptations of looking at porn or sexual shit. So it's like they don't get those urges. Now, I'm not saying that they're celibate, but it's like if you avoid every aspect of that, then it's kind of hard to have those urges, especially as you get older. Your sex drive tends to go down the older you get.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're not looking at half naked women or porn or anything of that sort, then yeah, I could truly understand like if he's not playing any game with any sexual content, then I can see why he feels how he feels.
But that still doesn't count because that means he doesn't want any contact with any females. Because at the end of the day, even if you're not like a sexual deviant or whatever the fuck, if you're just a dude, it's just like normal guys, like like normal dudes, like if you're just a dude who's like, oh, you want to invite a chick over to hang out or whatever, even if the chick plays video games, she's gonna go in that house and be like, are you fucking squatting in here or something? Do you not really, are you homeless, bro? Like they're not, because a chick that walks into your house and sees a lawn chair and a fucking TV, they're gonna think you don't have toilet paper in that goddamn. They're gonna think they open the refrigerator and it's a
lawn chair.
Yeah. They're gonna
if you can't afford furniture, then yeah, that's a red flag.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. It had nothing to do with him before. It's just that it's just a prefer. Like I don't need it. I don't need furniture.
No.
I like comfortable furniture.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. No, you do need it.
When I was a single man, I still had candles and nice shit. I still had an armoire. I still had a nice, comfortable bed.
A nice little dining room table or something.
A reclining chair.
Yeah, you had comfortable because you wanted to get home and be in comfort. You're saying, if you're saying I don't need it, no, you do. But I mean, them chicks are, I mean, it's crazy, but those females are right. Grow fuck up, dude. Like, even if all you want to do is play your video game, if you can't get a goddamn couch, bro, like that's a dude who you think his bedroom window has paper taped to it instead of a fucking curtain.
Yeah, well, okay. See, I will agree with that because we went over a friend's house because a friend invited me over to play the game and hang out. So I brought my family. He's like, yeah, and your family's up. So he had his TV sitting on, and this was a long time ago. He had his TV sitting on a crate sideways, and it was terrible. It was the worst. I was like, I could have just stayed home for this shit.
Yeah.
Like I got a couch. I had a 65-inch at the time, Vizio. It's like you had me come over here on a smaller TV on this little ass couch, TV sitting on a crate. Maybe if we were kids, that would have been exciting.
When I was in college,
but as a fucking adult, nah, bro. Even I have to admit that it's just something about being an adult and comfortability means everything. It's like, I'm not saying that you have to cater to people, but if you're going to invite me over to your crib, like, come on, bro, have some type of respect. Like, I don't know. That's how my mind thinks, because I would never invite nobody over and not plan accordingly. I'm just gonna put
Okay.
it to you like this.
Okay, hold on. There's a difference between, having guests over and invited. Because, okay, if you're talking about the guesting and having people over, I may concede there. Compared to, you going out, you bringing back a girl, and it's just like, dude, I don't need all that stuff. I'm okay.
Yeah,
I could
see,
pay my bills.
You
I could pay
do.
my rent. I'm
You
I'm living.
do.
I
You
am living
do.
good.
You need all that stuff, bro. You do. I mean, again, like I said, in
at a
college,
certain age, you do. At a certain
in
age,
in
you really do.
college, in college, I remember going to the homie spot, bringing a chick, and it was literally like that's it. There was you open the fridge and there was a thing of butter and a thing of baking soda, but and the motherfucker just had a mattress in his room with a blanket on it. And hell yeah, I'm like, hell yeah, that's chill, bro. Where's the alcohol at? Let's party. Like that's it. Nobody cared. But as an adult, nah, bro, you can't do that.
Hey, I want to say this. Mind you, this was back when I was younger, way younger, but it doesn't matter. One of the coolest things I saw was when I went into this dude's home, and all he had was a controller, a couch, and a mini fridge.
Yep.
And all
In
he
a
did
in a house.
in an apartment.
So okay, so everything in his living room, he just had a mini fridge, a couch, and a controller.
Okay, I'll put a little more detail. So it wasn't just that.
I was about to say because that sounds sad as fuck.
That sounds
Like
like he's squatting. That sounds like he's squatting in that house, bro.
that sounds technically like he did not own that residence. That's what that sounded like.
like I said, he was squatting in that house. Like he was ready to get kicked out at any moment. That
Okay,
motherfucker had a bug out bag.
but again, if you're able to pay your bills, take care of your responsibilities, I don't think anybody should have anything to say because again, you're paying your bills, you take care of your
It's
responsibilities. Like I said, you could afford to buy furniture, but it's like you don't need all that.
yeah, no. Okay. People probably would be like, hey man, you live your life, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the females that I deal with would literally go into your house and go, yeah, I'm not dealing with this motherfucker. He probably has a Nintendo fucking bed. Nah, fuck that. You know, the double race car bed and shit like that. Nah, we're good here. We're good.
I'll put it to you like this. And I stayed in a room in the 3 bedroom. Okay, so me and the homie had a 3 bedroom, uh 3 bedroom, 2 bath apartment. So I took the master and he took the other 2 rooms. Like I still have pictures of my room. And I kept it clean. I had, like I said, I had furniture. I had a nice ass bathroom. I had towels and all kind of nice shit. So every time we would host parties, because we had a lot of parties there, but he had the other 2 rooms. He really didn't have anything in the rooms. Like one room just had like a broken futon, and then the other room had his bed and the TV, but it was just trash. Okay, now it's not that I was doing it for the women. I was just doing it because this is what I like to come home to. I like to come home like me. I'm not the type of person who I don't like to spend a lot of time in my bed. Like my living room is my living room. My room is my room. Like whenever I'm watching TV and it's like I'll do it in the living room. I'll play the game, but when it comes to the room, and I'll have a TV in there. But like I'm the type of nigga who I make up my bed every day. If it is just me, make up um, my bed. I don't really eat in my bed. I don't really eat in the room. Like now, yes, I have no choice, but it irks the shit out of me. It's like that's what the living room is made for. It's like I had a couch, I had all of this stuff. I had a TV in the living room, blah, blah, blah. But it's like I got more action having all of that, not even knowing that women, like if this is, like I said, we would host parties and they would come to the room and they would see, they would ask to use the bathroom. Like I said, I had towels, I had nice soaps, and it was just, and that's what was happening. And I was like, damn, like, why do they like my area more than his? Like he got 2 rooms, versus my 1 room. But it's just about comfortability. It's like I had the music hooked to the Bluetooth speakers, and it was just a feng shui type of thing. It matters if that's what you're trying to pursue. I like no
So
chicks just wants to.
This
Oh no, go.
motherfucker.
wait a minute. So are you telling me if I got a house, I mean, because to me it's just like apartment, bedroom, couch, television, even if I have to be on crates. And then, like, for example, like with the kitchen, I could just sit on the counter, eat some cereal, drink milk.
Get.
Fuck,
He
are you
said, sit
12?
on.
What are
He
you
said,
fucking
sit
12
on the
years old?
counter.
You're 12
He said,
fucking
sit
years
on
old.
the counter.
You are literally a 12 fucking year old, bro. Are you serious? That is ridiculous. This motherfucker said, I'm gonna eat a bowl. Are you even gonna use a bowl? Are you gonna just pour milk into the box and then use a fork? Because that's all that's clean. Jesus Christ, bro. Come
I mean,
on,
me,
man.
dude, like I said, I've always had plates and cups. Like, okay, there's a 4 set of plates, 4 set of cups, 4 set of bowls, and it's like I always had these things. And it just mattered, man. It's like I get what you're saying. If you want to live that Italian lifestyle, one pot, one fork, one spoon, one knife,
Well,
one
I mean,
plate,
I'm
one
not
bowl.
saying that. Of course, you have dishes, but I'm just saying, like you're
Yes,
talking, like, listen. All I'm saying is, I think you're perfectly fine if you just, I mean, all you really need in my, it's just a bed, a couch, a television, your game system, and then everything else you can work around.
You will never get draws again. You might as well just hang that up, pimp. Buy a cat and be happy eating out of that motherfucker's bowl.
God damn.
That is
I
ridiculous.
mean, like, yes, if you're
Even if
trying
you,
to,
bro,
no, go.
even if you take the chick out of the equation, I'm the dude who likes to fucking have a nice couch. What if I'm watching a movie in the fucking living room and I fall asleep?
The
Yeah, no,
floor,
I agree.
Fuck
the
that,
floor.
dude.
I love
If
a
you have
sectional
carpet,
couch.
dude,
I
that's what.
love a sectional couch. I'm sorry. I'm a
Did
big
you
nigga.
just did,
I'm a big
did
nigga.
Did you just say I am too? And I feel you on that one. But this motherfucker just said if you have carpet, so you
Hey,
are that dude who has funky ass carpet when you go into their house, bro. I'm out. I'm out. I can't. I get itchy, dog, when I see shit like that.
hey, no. In G's defense, I got a picture of this nigga. No homo. I got a picture of this nigga sleep in fucked up positions. So he can go to sleep anywhere. Let me just go on
Yeah,
record
that's
saying
true.
that.
I
Like,
get
which
that.
is scary as shit because I'm too big, first and foremost. I need to be comfortable, legs kicked up. I don't know, man. Like, I like to watch a movie a certain way. If I'm in the living room, I gotta have a nice couch. I gotta be able to move around. Like sometimes I might want the recliner up, at the beginning of the movie, and then when it starts to get good, I'll sit up and maybe I want a cover on, and you just never know the situation. Like even if I'm by myself, though, it ain't got nothing to do with a woman. It's no better feeling than coming into to your house, like seeing like a layout that you built. It's kind of like and The Sims. And the best part about The Sims was building the house. I didn't give a fuck about nothing else about The Sims. It was making this house my own. And it's like when you first start to build that house, all you have is a lawn chair, a stove, a, a fucking bucket in the corner to use the like that's dude. I get excited about buying shower curtains. I get excited about buying towels, like nice little soaps, like sheets for the bed. Like a 300 thread count means everything to a nigga like me. I guess when it comes down to it, it's just people like certain things. But yes, I will say this about you, G. If you get into a relationship, like I'm talking about a serious relationship, and you start to feel some type of way, it'll change how you feel. It's just because that door
Everything.
hasn't unlocked. It just it's if you actually like lived on your own with homeboys, you guys had like he went to college at a young age, so he got to experience girls coming over. Once you experience this and you start to be like, okay, I want more. Like we used to have a pool table, we used to have a ping pong table to play beer pong, and so you need more cups, so you need more dishes. Like we used to hold fucking cookouts, and you start to feel this joy that you just get. It's not about everybody else. Just like, oh shit, okay, I need this grill now. Like fucking, I don't even like grilling, but I used to do it back in the day. I don't even know how to grill, and I'm not even. I'm so sad to say that as a black man in my about to be 36 years old, I don't know how to grill. Like I'm not a big air fryers are amazing. I'll put you like this. If there wasn't such thing as air fryers, nigga wouldn't do too much grilling. But I I don't like the process of grilling. I don't like the charcoal process. I don't like the kerosene. I don't like lighting the motherfucker. I just it's a big fucking mess, if you ask me. I don't like I don't fucking like it. Now, what I have used in Pahrump is a propane grill. Now, I'll be the first one to say it does not taste the same as charcoal, but it is quicker and much more efficient. Gas cooking, Hank Hill was onto something. Quicker, safer, easy. Turn the motherfucker on. It's just like a stove. Turn it on. Make sure there's make sure there's propane in there first, then turn it on, and then start cooking.
Oh, okay, hold on. I'm just gonna pause. I'm gonna just break character just for a sec to say, man, I'm just gonna say this, man. There's nothing better than grilling, man. I love grilling, especially like charcoal. Like, man, like I understand if you may not like it, but man, there's nothing like being able to put
Hate
on
the
a slab.
smell. Hate the black shit that gets on my hands when it happens.
I love it, man. Grilling's my thing, dude.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I like smoking, grilling. I like all the outdoorsy shit. But I can tell you one thing, bro. I think the coolest moment in my life as an adult was being able to hold Thanksgiving dinner at my crib for my family.
Okay, cooking. I love cooking. I'll cook my ass off, but it's just grilling.
Well, no. But I get that, but I'm just saying, like, geez, like, nah, fuck that. I'll be content like that. I'm like, no, like, my family's not little, bro. Like, there was like 20, 30 people at my fucking house, and tables, chairs. I mean, this is Thanksgiving, so you're not eating off paper plates. We got like silverware,
fine china.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I made a whole I cooked everything at the crib. Everybody got to sit down and eat. Everybody enjoyed it, had fun, all of that shit. Like, that was the shit. So, I mean, having
that
no
sounds
furniture.
Like a good feeling, though.
Having no furniture, no motherfuckers will come over and think you had no ambition. Like, God,
no, it's not. It's not that. I mean, again, it's not that you have no ambition. It's just that when you come home, you just don't need much. Like, when you come home, as long as you have a comfortable couch, like I may agree with you, a comforter, so when it gets cold, the heat works.
Sure.
You got a toilet. You got maybe a towel to wash your ass with.
God,
like I said, like
you're a serial killer.
Yeah, I'm like, what kind of shitty fucking hopes and dreams do you have, dog? Like,
you're a fucking serial killer.
You named the things that niggas have for living inside. You know what I'm saying? As long as I have running water and a flushable toilet that I don't have to fuck. Are you serious, bro?
As long as you have a loofah and hot water, you're good to go.
As long as you have a bar of soap.
I'm telling you, all you need is a television, your game system, a pull-out couch, and just some bowls.
Pull-out couch?
What in the fucking Weekend at Bernie's bullshit are you talking about?
Where do you find a pull-out couch?
This motherfucker. Bro, you are wild, G. Like, I thought your eating habits were toddlerish, but fuck,
that's
man.
too funny.
Good Lord, bro. I couldn't live without my fucking cooking shit.
Like I said, give me a pull-out couch. Give me a controller. Give me a television. Give me my game system. Give me a couple bowls of silverware, a couple of towels to wash my ass. The only thing I really need that's external that I really need is like toilet paper, because that's one of the most important things that you need. Give me a bed, a comfortable bed. I don't even need a dining set or chairs. Like I said, I got a counter right here. I could go ahead, get some cereal, put milk in there, eat it, be about my day. When I go out into the world, I'll have all my money. I'll act like that. But when I'm at home, I just need to be comfortable and just be able to just deal with the necessity. I don't need all that extra stuff.
What the fucking naked and afraid are you talking about? Like, that's not comfortable, motherfucker. That's
naked and afraid.
That's survivalist, motherfucker. What this motherfucker's playing Survivor. You about to get voted off the island and shit, dog. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's something about, okay, like, it goes further than being comfortable. It's the accomplishment of being able to set up a house, especially as a man, because women already think, you know how many females are like, oh shit, you like you're organized, clean, like you got, dudes aren't usually like that. I'm like, yeah, but I like my shit a certain way. I like my dishes washed a certain way. I like, you know what I'm saying? So my couch gotta be reflecting of me. You know what I'm saying? My, like fucking Keith said, the recliner and shit, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have nice shit. I need the entertainment center. I can't have a fucking crate where I'm gonna put my
Yeah,
DVDs and shit at.
exactly.
You see, I was
Well,
always taught that as long as you pay your bills and you take care of your responsibility, nothing else matter. You're good. That's all
Yeah,
you
in the
need to do.
60s. In the fucking
okay, but
60s.
two films that are my all-time films that I watched religiously growing up was Boomerang and How to Be a Player. And when it came to Bill Bellamy and Eddie Murphy, those dudes were the epitome of those dudes were like single guys, but they had homes. And it's like I never understood that obviously as a child, but as I got older, I'm like, you want to be comfortable. It's not about women. It's about having respect for yourself. Of like you can't just come home to nothingness. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. I just feel like that's a
You
terrible feeling. It's
you
like
must have never slept on soft carpet before.
nigga, I'm not sleeping. First and foremost, I ain't no slave. That's the most disrespectful shit in
This
the world. Like,
nigga
okay,
said-
if you're a kid and you sleep on carpet and you fall asleep, but if you're a grown man, like I wouldn't even go to a homeboy's house to sleep on the fucking floor. Like, nigga, if you ain't got no couch, like, hey, I'll take my drunk ass. I'll take my chances to drive home for that. Or I'll go
Bro,
sleep in the car or something. But I
that's
will
so
never be like, okay,
wild. That is fucking wild. This motherfucker said you've
like
never
that,
slept
that,
on
nah,
Bro,
nah.
okay. I have slept on soft carpet before, but that was when I was younger. Like kid, teenager to fucking college. Hell yeah. But nowadays, no. Even if, okay, when I had the crib, if there was somebody sleeping on my fucking floor and my carpet was plush, they got to get the fuck up, dude, because they're gonna be sweating and I'm telling you, dude, they're gonna fuck my carpet up. No, get your ass up and go sit on the couch or go to the room or leave. It's time to go. Obviously, if you sleep, you need to go home.
Okay, I may
Yeah,
agree.
like I mean,
I may agree about others. You want to take care of your home, but all I'm saying is if you had to deal with the basic necessity. All I'm saying is, like I said, I've actually, I will say this, Keith is right. I have slept with some very awkward position. I would tell you one of the most comfortable sleeps I've ever had was being at my auntie's house and sleeping on her stairs. That was amazing. That carpet was
This nigga
nice.
is one step away from being a wilderness man. Look, man, you know what it is though, bro? I don't think you've ever had that day where you wake up in the morning and it's like a Saturday or Sunday and you're off and your whole goal is to spring clean the house.
Oh yeah, no, I never had that.
You've never had that.
Nah.
Once you do shit like that, then you respect your house. You will fucking clean that bitch from top to bottom. It's smelling good in there. I mean, literally, you get up in the morning, you fucking go into the other room, you turn on the stereo system, you play your music, you start sweeping up, you start mopping, you start vacuuming, cleaning up, and then that motherfucker look nice, and you sit down like, yeah, this is my shit. You haven't had that yet.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, factually, I haven't really had that.
I will say this with okay, so okay, how do you listen to music in your house on like a weekly basis or a monthly basis? Like, what's the majority when you're sitting around listening to music? If you do listen to music in your house, how do you do it?
Who you asking?
Uh, G.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
He does it on his headphones like a teenager.
No, see, that's something I don't even wear my headphones in my house. There's no feeling like on a Saturday because every Saturday morning it's a ritual because get up, I turn on my Bluetooth, blast the music through the house, and we listen to music. And there's no other feeling. And we clean or straighten up and make food and, whatever. We
Exactly.
talk, we laugh. Like, there's no better feeling than that. But even if
Exactly
it
what I
was,
just said.
or even like, you don't know the feeling coming home from a long shift, turning on some music, making some food, pots and pans, got the TV going in the background or whatever. The sound ain't on. It's like you're sitting on your couch waiting for the rice to boil. Shit, you might be playing the game in between. You might go to your room, go use
Oh,
the bathroom. You still chilling, like just those feelings.
okay, hold on. Okay, I've had that experience once, but that didn't really work out because when I had that experience, I almost burned down the house because I fell asleep, so that didn't really work out too well.
Oh shit! This motherfucker G ain't trusted for shit. Did you say you just tried to burn down the house? How
I
the
didn't
fuck did
try to
that
burn down the
happen?
house. I fell asleep and the house almost burned down.
How you fall asleep?
I had a long day at work. I was dead freaking tired. I put on some food to cook, and next thing you know, I wake up. I'm like, "What is that burning?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
Hey, bro, I think in 2024, 2025, we need to get you a chick. I think that needs to happen, bro. Honestly, the goals you have, if you got a chick, she would drive you towards them.
Mm.
My homeboy just got married, and we were sitting there talking about him, and they were like, the chick he has expensive taste. So he makes okay money, but if he wants to make her happy, and he does, that motherfucker's gonna go out and just grind. So he's going to get pushed to a more successful fucking level to make sure that he takes care of that chick.
Yeah.
So I mean, in theory, you could reach your goals if you had a chick behind you.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah, you should try it out, bro. You should just fucking get a chick, and then the next thing you know, G's whole fucking mentality is just gonna change.
Hey, I did try it out, and the last time I tried it out, it fell apart because it just went nowhere. And she was
How
like,
old were you? How
"I had to
old
be
were
in
you?
my 20s, early
Yeah,
20s."
that doesn't count. I had a whole relationship when I was 20 years old where that chick was the only one in the relationship. I mean,
All right, fair enough. Fair
shit.
enough.
Hey,
Fair
we,
enough.
hey, being honest, bro, that shit happens.
Yeah,
The
fair
only
enough.
time we were in a relationship was when she was right in front of me. Besides that, I couldn't. Hell, I wouldn't even remember the chick's name.
Okay, I'm not even gonna argue about that. That does make a lot of sense.
No, that's real talk. I
I
literally
know
called her
that's
somebody
why I can't
else's name.
argue. I'm
No,
not
I
arguing.
really called her somebody else's name. So I mean, fuck, my fault.
I could see that
So,
happening. I could see
so
that happening.
yeah. So nah, and didn't care really about it. But I mean, whatever.
Listen, man, there was a point in time where I was eating food out of a plastic bag. So
I mean, yeah. When I was, dude, the shit that we did when we were in college, motherfucker, will always be some of the greatest memories of my life. Would I ever want to do any of that shit again? No, no.
all I'm saying is if I had to make it happen, I can make it happen. Again,
Yes,
I still live with the ideology is as long as you can pay your bills and take and pay your rent and wash ass every day, there should be any complaints. The
that's a
bills are paid.
bare minimum. That's bare minimum. If you want to be the bare minimum guy who is one step away from begging for change at the gas station, then yeah. But
Well, I
again,
don't mean being in poverty. I'm not talking about being in poverty, but I'm saying it's like yes, you are comfortable enough where, like, yes, your bills are always paid. You don't have to worry about paying your bills because your bills are paid. You're good.
Yeah.
And you have enough to go out and maybe go on vacation and do other stuff, but you decide to stay home, have your crate, have your lawnmower chair, have like a twin bed in the back, and you just sit down and play your game all day, but everything's taken care of. You're not poverty. You know, like,
Yep.
like I don't know, like let's say you're making 6 figures, you just want to save money and don't want to spend no money. You know, you like I said, you're good. You know, like if any emergency happens, you could be out of a job for like at least a year or two. Cause I know a dude who was like that, who he made so much money. We're like, yeah, he took a year off and was totally fine, had no issues because he made too much money.
Yeah, exactly. But so, and you knew that guy, and he had a crate and a lawn chair in his house, and that's it.
That's not the point.
That is the point. Because yeah, you knew a guy that had that much money and he wanted to stay to himself and yada yada, but that motherfucker had a nice crib. Regardless if you want people over there or not, it's not about that. It's about how you want to feel. And I'm sorry, but if I walked into my crib and there was a fucking beanbag chair and a fucking TV on a goddamn crate, I would probably go out and get another job.
I mean, again, I mean, all I'm saying is if you have the money, you can afford it, and you're able to pay, and everything's good, I probably wouldn't have a complaint. You know, like you're there, you're able to play your game, bills are paid, water will never go off, and if you were to lose your job, you know, I could last for about a year and be just fine. I'm good. You know,
Yeah.
this is just the life that I love. I love my crate. Because again, it's not even about that. It's that I don't need much to live. I just need, give me my television, give me my game system, give me my games. I got bowls, whatever. I can eat food on the counter. I got my bed in the back. I'm straight every day. And when I go out to the world, that's when I'm in a suit, looking business, going out, talking stuff. But when I'm at home in my underwear, a white beater, sitting on the floor with my controller and playing the game.
Yep. Like I said, hey man, if that's how you want to live, cool. Nobody will visit you and you okay with that. So you will not bag a chick. You okay with that too. So hey, you know, whatever.
Listen, all I'm saying is no, like I said, I'm a lawyer in the day, and then at night, I'm a dude who lives at home.
Impossible. Because lawyers have to have a fucking big presence.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it had to be in the house. Nobody had to know where you live.
Yeah. So again, a lawyer has that big presence. You have to have the flashy car. You gotta have the fucking the chicks. Because you're a closer at that point. So you gonna take the chick over to your house and there's nothing in it? She gonna tell everybody. She
Yeah,
gonna tell everybody. She gonna
take
tell
her
everybody.
You take you take her to
She's
a
going to tell everybody. She's going to put that shit on Instagram.
You never had to
You
bring
will
her back
never get
home.
another client. She's taking you to court
For what? For living my life the way I want to live?
for false pretenses. She gonna find some lawyer that's gonna sue your ass.
Listen, all I'm saying is if you can pay your bills, wash your ass, take care of your responsibilities, I think it's perfectly fine to live the way you want to live. If your only entire goal was I'm a millionaire and I live in an apartment and I sit at home in my shorts and a white beater and I play games all day and I put on a crate because that's all you need to be happy, I say do what makes you happy. As long as your responsibilities are taken care of first. Now that's one place I would concede. I don't think you should be a bum. I don't think that you should be in poverty. But if you are living comfortable and you could pay all your bills and everything's good, and you say, you know, I don't need much in my life. All I need is a nice big huge TV, a comfortable ass carpet, a couch that I could lean on my back, and controller in my hand, and a twin bed in my room, and I'm perfectly happy. I say go for it, man. That is to me that sounds great.
Yep. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's just see. Like I said, let's revisit this in 5 years. But the criteria is G has to have a chick. And we'll see if your thought process is the same.
Adam.
Hello?
Adam.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for you.
I'm here. Go sit down.
Is it okay if a man is able to take care of himself, pay his bills, take care of his rent, and wash his ass? It's okay for him to live the life that he chooses to live.
That sounds like normal things that he should do, but
And that's okay, right?
what type of life do you mean? Like
Bam.
what he wants to do?
Yeah, G, tell him what kind of life. Stop trying to bullshit the question.
I ain't bullshit the question. The question is, if you're able to pay all your bills, take care of your responsibility, your rent's paid, all your bills are paid, and you're able to live the life that you want to live, that is okay as an adult man, correct?
What type of life are you trying to live?
It's just a yes or no question. It's
no, it's not. You keep bullshitting. See, he needs more context, and you're bullshitting him. And he can smell the bullshit.
So it sounds like those are things that he should already be doing in the first place. Then it also sounds like he's what it depends what type of life though. Are you talking about like just normal family life? This is normal life, or you
So
like
so the part of the
that?
question that he's dodging to ask you because he knows that you're gonna side with the rest of humanity is that is it okay if he's doing all those things for his crib to have a fucking lawn chair and a TV on a crate and a one bowl and one spoon and one fork in it?
Are you struggling?
See, bam, told your ass. No, he said that dude. He said he's making good money. He's paying all his bills. Blah blah blah.
Oh, he's a minimalist. If you're a minimalist and that's how you want to live, hey, that's what it is. But if you're not a minimalist, then why are you doing it? Because no one else is going to live like that except for minimalists who are like, I only need the minimum things to survive. I'm the only one in here. I'm the only one, so one toilet tissue, one chair, a refrigerator with the light bulb that doesn't work, like shit like that. That's like a minimum, like one pair of pants that you wash every 2-3 days. So like minimalist type things. But I mean, if it's like if you're saying like this is normal type shit, then no, I gotta disagree. Not normal unless you're a minimalist, and you tell everybody you're a minimalist, so they don't silently judge you, then judge you out loud.
Go ahead, G. Wow, silence, huh?
I'm just saying. I delivered pizza. I used to work for Pizza Hut back in 2013.
Yeah.
Over there at the Sunridge Apartments. I think that's what they are. Not Sunridge, but the apartments on K. And right over there by the golf course, right? Those apartments.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy who lived like that because he would order pizza quite often at night. And he was the only one ever in his home. And he would play Call of Duty because I heard the noises. He had one chair. It wasn't a lawn chair, but it was one chair, a TV that was on what I could only assume was fucking the plastic container. And that's it. I mean, I'm not looking into his house like all around. I could literally just see what was in his house when he opened up the door so I can give him his food.
And like Adam just said, what are you struggling? that's what everybody's gonna think, bro.
Like if you're struggling, I can understand the struggle, but if you choose to live that way, I'm going to ask you, are you a minimalist? Is that your lifestyle? So that way I know.
Listen.
I'll bring you over a lawn chair, which they can have.
Listen, my stance is as long as you can take care of responsibility, pay your bills, and wash your own ass, the way you choose to live, I think it's perfectly okay.
I mean,
Gee, what I'll say is this too. If you don't care what anybody else thinks about you, then you can live whatever lifestyle you want to live. Just know that if you have friends over and they're your friends, not associates, but they're your friends, they're going to talk shit about you. Not in a mean way, but like, I'm your friend and I'm talking shit about you. And you know that. You know that if I come over, I'm going to have some shit to say with a smile on my face. You know, shoot the wind. But if that's your lifestyle and I'm your friend, then hey, that's your lifestyle. I'm still your friend. Even if, like, when I come over, the lawn chair is mine. I'm going to sit in the lawn chair because I'm a guest.
Come on, G. I know you got some rebuttals over there to say.
Hello?
All I'm saying is,
Gee, you weren't thinking about doing this in your place when you get your place, right?
all I'm saying is, as long as you can pay your bills, watch your own ass, take care of everything, and live comfortably, you should be able to live the life that you want to live, and nobody should have an issue with that. Again, people do not need a lot to be happy.
That's just it. Talking shit does not mean people have an issue with it. They just gonna talk shit because, like I said, you are a fucking like a fucking finalist on Survivor or some shit. I mean, if you're trying to be a contestant on Survivor, I get it. You will never a female going to that crib, bro, or mostly your homies. Like, you have an occupancy of 2. Because if 4 homies come over, you have 1 fucking lawn chair. Where's everybody sitting? I'm not standing on the wall, bro. Like, that's not happening. I'm
6
going
nuts
home.
to a couch next to you.
I mean, okay. I mean, I could at least give fold-out chairs. That's always a thing.
Oh my god.
What
Nigga,
is
for
this?
one, I'm too heavy to fold out chair.
That is true.
First and
That is
foremost,
true. That is true.
I wouldn't even buy. I don't even sit and fold out. Actually, no, I do have a fold out chair that does hold. Like, I got one that's just for me. Like, every time we do go somewhere, like to like an event or something, or like a park or something, I actually do have a chair that I take that actually fits me. But
yep, and you do owe
I
my mom
do
another fold, and just
have,
you do owe my mom a fold-out chair, just so you know.
well, the next time she comes out here, I'll have her for her. We got a bunch of them,
All right.
so
Are
she can
you
take one from
going
the
to have
stack.
before we come over, or are you going to get them after?
Oh God, is that Adam? Where did he come from? I thought I thought he was on duty.
I still live. I'm in the kitchen making pizza. I'm not baking, but giving them their pizza. I said, "Fuck it, I'm not about to cook anything right now."
He said, "Damn, okay, old birdie back ass nigga, fuck you."
Ask me.
Damn. He said, "Damn, well, fuck you kids, fuck you kids."
Did he poop? Is he still Milan Snow him? I don't know if that's a part or poop.
Y'all still trying to
You want
convince you to get furniture. I can't wait to see this nigga have his own place. I promise you.
Bro, I keep saying, I look, I told him he needs to get a chick because a chick's gonna push him into doing things that
No,
he doesn't want to do right now.
don't let him.
dude, like, the good thing about having a woman, it unlocks a drive in you. It unlocks a drive in you. Even if you don't stay with the woman, it still unlocks some type of drive.
I totally agree. Like, that's, again, you had we're doing something, but I told him the whole thing. Like, bro, you get a fucking chick, like, she'll push you to get your goals because you
Yeah.
know you're working towards something.
Gee, I know what I'm gonna get you for Christmas, man.
What?
A lawn chair.
Fuck you.
Oh, fuck it. But I think it would be amazing to see. Like, I'm waiting for the day. I
I
think they're trying
know.
to do everything to avoid it, though. I would love to see that. I would love to see how you guys act. Because y'all been sitting on the sideline for a very long time. Y'all have you guys should have notes, plays out the ass like Bobby Boucher's coach at this point of what not to do. Like I would pay to see y'all in a relationship.
You're not the only one who says that. I already got to talk about, man, I want to go on double dates. I need to get a girl till we go on double
No,
dates.
no. I would never go on a double date. Anybody who tells you double dates are fun is a fucking lie. That's in the movies. I could probably speak for every man on here. None of us like double dating.
Oh,
It's
really?
terrible. It's terrible because you spend most of your time competing with the other couple on just
Wait.
about every fucking aspect.
Really?
And it's annoying as fuck. Well, that's what I done. I don't know about anybody else in the podcast, but it's just a tit for tat thing. It's about whose kids are better, whose kids can do this, whose kids can do that, what you're doing in your life. Like there's like especially if you don't really know the couple like that. Like okay, like for instance, me, like if it's me and Adam and his wife and mine or whatever, it's like me and Adam, we can be good, but it's like them two. Oh, who knows? It's just gonna be a tit for tat.
Yeah.
He can be talking about bullshit, having a good time, but it's like they're always gonna be sizing up each other. Women think weird. It's gonna be like, okay, what's she wearing? Okay, so I have to upstage her just because I don't know. It's like we could come in some jeans, a t-shirt, and be good. But my girl will be like, okay, well, what's her level of fashion? She'll get on Facebook and monitor her and see what's going. No, it doesn't take all of that.
That's not a lie.
It's like
That's the truth.
it's like so, and so now we have to cater to the women and boost them up. Now we're going back and forth. Now we're like, oh, well, she's doing this with her life, and she's doing this with her kids. And it's like, we don't care. It's like, I don't care what Adam does for work. It's like, yeah, we can talk about jobs and experiences in life and this and that. And I could be like, oh, yeah, my son, yeah, you know, he's good at kids. And Adam could be like, oh, well, my son, he can, you know, shoot threes out the ass and be like, oh, that's what's up. You know, we got to get our sons together. You know, he can help him out with this, help him out. Women, oh, hell no. It ain't never like that. If 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 one kid is good at something, oh no, but my kid can do this. It's never maybe we should come together and have our kids learn from each other. No. All they hear is just nope, my kid is better than your kid. Like what the fuck?
I true. What that?
Wait,
Oh,
Adam,
yeah,
what'd you
I see.
say? You're breaking up like a bug.
She was talking about going on a double date, right? The next thing I know,
Wait, stop. Can you repeat that? Because you were breaking up hella bad.
I
Now
said,
you're-
my wife, she wanted to go on a double date with her friend and her friend's husband and boyfriend, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. What are we gonna do? Oh, I don't know. There's this place down in downtown that a new like game place that we can go to, and it's like board games. So we figure that we just play, and whoever loses has to pay for everything. I'm like, who the fuck? What? I didn't agree to this. First of all, when are we doing that? Second of all, why is that a thing? Who decided that? Did John decide that? No, it was me and Zarina that decided that. And we think it's a cool, fun thing to do. Okay, so who's gonna pay if who loses? Well, yeah, that's what I thought. It was just I already know.
Say you spend more time now trying to beat that other person than actually enjoying yourself. You don't care what this person's life has to in detail. You just said that if I lose, I got to pay for all of us. Well, this date has just turned into a goddamn competition now because that's what you've allowed it to. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't give a fuck what Josh does. I don't want to talk to you. I want to beat this nigga.
And then y'all want to have fun in between. Well, I'm trying to win because I don't want to pay for shit. I don't even know. I've never been to the place. I don't know how much shit is. I like to keep my money, like that Dave Chappelle picture the meme that he does where he has all his money in his hand. He has like crown.
But yeah, no, I can agree with the double date. The last time we went on a double date with somebody, like I said, the two people, first off, we went to the Habit, so they just act like they haven't ate in fucking years. So that was just weird. It's like these people don't know the finer things in life. And the Habit isn't even like a goddamn 5-star restaurant, but I'm just like, people spend so much time, like I said, don't know what to talk about. Like these people aren't up to date on current events or just nothing. And that be one of the hardest things too. It's like you get two groups of people together and it's like they don't know nothing about nothing. It's like I can hold my own in pretty much every conversation. Probably not every conversation that's ever talked about, but most conversations. It's like cars. Like I don't know a lot about cars, but I've played enough fucking Need for Speed and watched enough Fast and the Furious movies to know a little bit about cars. So shit.
Yeah, James, stop dissing racing games. Go ahead.
Fuck out of here. It's like shit, man.
James, you heard me. I said stop dissing racing games.
So I mean,
what type
I'm
of
not
NOS
saying,
you use, man?
yeah, like hey, like I said, man, I'll tell them both I don't use now. I know Ricky Bobby. I don't like to go fast. But fuel injections and shit and changing oil, changing time. I mean, I can talk a little bit about cars and where the windshield fluid goes. I got you. But like I said, some of the shit is lost on me. I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. But it's like the only thing I don't really know about is fucking bikes and motorcycles. You lost me with that. I know the motherfucker turns on and it goes. Other than that, it has two wheels. I don't understand it, but hey, it is what it is. But this, like I said, this fucking person just absolutely just knew nothing about nothing. You know, they just spent so much time arguing and trying to one up each other and going back and forth, and it was just annoying as hell. It's like everything, he drives too close to cars. We almost got in an accident. He was like, well, that's not what happened. This fucking person was driving too slow. And this is just all they did was just go back and forth with each other. And we're just sitting here like, just get us the fuck out of here. Like, this is stupid. Like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of double dating because it's like if you go to a movie and you can't really talk. And then it's like, if everybody doesn't like the movie, then it's like, do you eat before? Do you eat after? It's like, if I sit through a 2-hour movie, which most movies are about 2 hours or more, it's just like, okay, for instance, even though I didn't see this in the movie theaters, it's just like Dune 2. I don't want to do shit with you after Dune 2. I couldn't imagine going to go watch Dune 2 and then going to eat after. Fuck you. I just want to go home. Fuck you. We can eat something at the movies. Because I want to see the movie. I don't even want to talk about the movie after. Like, fuck you. Fuck this movie. I'm going home. It's like, I feel like if you're going to do a double date, you got to go bowling, or even though a competition thing, I wouldn't say a competitive thing, because anytime I went through a competitive thing, especially bowling, I'm a lot bigger and stronger. So it's like that guy now has to act all macho. But I don't know, man. It's just I don't know what you do.
What about
Like,
a fair? What about like a fair or carnival? Would that work?
Like, that's still like a competitive thing. If you know the dude, then it's good. Like I said, if it's me and Adam, and I know Adam, that's different. There's no competitive thing there. It's like we're just talking shit. We know each other, but it's like if the two chicks know each other and you don't really know that guy like that, It's gonna be a competitive thing. It's like if this dude's getting strikes, it's like you're gonna try to get strikes. Like if this dude's a master bowler, it's like, why did you bring me here against fucking Hank Hill? Like this is bullshit. Like he has his own ball, he has his own shirt, he has his own. I would leave. I would walk out. I'm not bowling against this motherfucker. What the fuck do I look like? I'm not playing against fucking Woody Harrelson and pins. What the fuck I look, bro? Get the fuck out of here! Like this is some bullshit.
All right, with that being said, I'd like to thank y'all for checking out the podcast. I want to thank James. I want to thank Keith. I want to thank Adam for being on this podcast. Definitely appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe on your way out. Make sure to check out the Clips channel, Fit Description Podcast, over there on YouTube. All the links are down below if you want to listen to this on the various different podcast platforms. And also, reminder, we now have an Instagram and a TikTok. Make sure to check those out. Instagram is Opinion Peace Network, and TikTok is Fit the Description. With that being said, thank y'all for checking this one out, and we'll see y'all on the next podcast. All right, have a good one.
And if I get over 1,000 fucking comments, I'll take G to Vegas so he can get bacon wrapped titties.
Bacon wrapped.